After this, I'm done.
You guys thinking yourself because we have
We're
other
not
places.
selfish. You don't understand this.
Oh hey guys, I hope you liked my little dramatic introduction. In this video I'm going to talk about the challenges that most backpackers face here in Australia when they're looking for jobs. I want to take you on my journey and show you the reality of what it looks like. And at the end there's going to be a little story of my first work experience here, which was a nightmare. So have fun watching because this sure is a ride. Hi, how are you? Wondering if you guys have any job openings at the moment. No? Thank you. I'll try my best. Thanks. Let me know if you need anyone. Okay. Bye. Thank you. She said that I have a better chance out of the town. Since I don't have a car, I'm gonna have to take the bus and I'm gonna drive 30 minutes. Honestly, the last thing I wanted to do is working as a waitress because I really suck at it. And you know when you have guests and they're just in the middle of a conversation and then the waitress comes, everyone stops talking and it's just like this slight awkward moment, and this is what I really can't stand, and this is why I hate working as a that would be great. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky with this one. They never reached out to me, but instead of just heading back to the hostel, I decided to take a little break in the Botanic Gardens to ask for jobs around there, as there are many cafes.
I'm not sure, but if you have a resume, I'll take one.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Have a nice day. No, I actually thought maybe I should do it a bit differently. Maybe I should just go in and talk a bit more to them because they have so many people going in and asking for jobs. And I think a way to remember you is to talk to them a bit more and maybe ask more about them. And one thing I'm good at is to pretend to be an extrovert and really social when I'm actually an introvert and I hate talking to people. But when I have to, I think I'm really good. Now I have to walk approximately 1 kilometer to the next cafe because there's no public transport nearby. But the good thing is that I have to walk through the Botanic Gardens, which is really nice. I'm also walking right next to the street. Honestly, if I knew what was coming next, I would have never said this. That would be so nice if I get to work at a cafe in the Botanic Gardens. Should be somewhere there.
How you going there?
Hi, do you guys have any job openings at the moment? Do you guys have any job openings at the moment?
Where are you from?
From Germany.
From Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, leave me your number, love. And
Yeah, I can also, I have a resume if you like.
I don't want a
If you don't
resume.
need that.
Everyone bullshits on their resume. I do. They say they can make copies.
Okay.
Can you carry 3 plates?
3, I can carry 2 maybe.
Can you carry 3?
Yeah, the manager, she was a no way I'm gonna work there. She literally asked me if I know what a mop is, and then she was like, do you know how to make coffees? And I said, I have a certificate. She's like, do you know how to make coffees? I'm like, not really. There was a huge bitch. Such a rude. And also going through these reviews and seeing all these negative comments where people share similar experiences, it's just shocking. I also read a few comments coming from fellow backpackers. They shared their experience working there and how poorly they were treated with racist comments they received. It's just awful to see that. Anyway, I think we're almost at our destination. Hi.
How are you?
Hi, how are you? You probably get it asked a lot, but
Would you like to give me your resume?
Yeah.
From US?
No, I'm from Germany.
You're from Germany, yeah, but
Yeah.
probably accent, aren't you? Look, at the moment we're up and down, but I'll take your resume because I like how you present yourself.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
How come your English is good? that well? Did you start in the US? Did you? Your accent is not German.
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't do anything special to
nice.
gain that accent. But thank you for saying that. That's
Very
really
good.
nice. Well, after this experience, I was really lucky and happy that I stumbled upon this cafe because the owner was really, really nice. He recommended me to go to this Mexican place that his friend owns. But unfortunately, I went to the wrong place and gave them my last resume that I had with me. I realized it and I went to the Mexican place, but they said they needed somebody with more experience. So in the restaurant that I wrongly handed my resume in, they were actually the only ones that gave me a call back and asked for a trial at the end.
Are you like a working holiday visa?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have any of them at the moment. Sorry about that.
Well, after this, there were a few more no's and a few more rejections, and I was feeling really, really down, which led me to this point. Okay, I don't know how many places I went to, it's probably like 5 or 6, but they all said no. So now I'm just looking for a spot to sit and cry, something private. In these situations where I'm alone, I feel less alone because of the community I have. Just vlogging makes me feel a bit more like I have you with me. Because I'm not wearing my glasses, I thought that was a dog. Hey guys, so okay. Anyway, I just got a call from, so my friend and I were about to do a barbecue today, and then I just got a call from a restaurant and they asked for a trial, and I had to get ready so quickly because if I didn't do it today, I wouldn't be able to do it until next weekend. I was like, yeah, I'll be there at 6. You know, if it doesn't work out, I at least get the experience. That's all I need, I think, or not. Anyway, guys, wish me luck. Trial just ended and it's been 2 hours and I think I did pretty good. Usually I would probably say that I wasn't good, but I think considering that I don't have a lot of experience working as a waitress, I think I did pretty well. It was the first time that I was not able to understand the proper Aussie accent. It is so strong, but sometimes they couldn't understand me either. Yeah, they told me they'll give me a call tomorrow. Since there are more trials going on, I don't really think that they're gonna take me, but I'm still glad that I got the experience and that I put myself out there, and also they gave me free food. They gave me this, I think because they mixed an order up. And I asked twice what it is, and I think they said that it's goat cheese. So I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna like it, but if I don't, I'll give it to my hostel roommates. Yeah, I think I understand now. They told me it's goat cheese quesadilla, and I thought they meant the cheese is goat cheese, but it's actual goat meat inside the quesadilla, and then there's cheese. And I think I just ate goat meat. But that's okay, I'll just give it to my hostel roommates. I'm so hungry. Hi guys, just for a reference because I forgot to mention it in my video, now I'm gonna share my story with you about my first job experience here as a housekeeper in a hostel, and it's a bit intense, at least for me in that moment. But I really hope I can spread a bit of awareness and share my story. So I really hope you enjoy it, and I see you then. I'm gonna break everything down that I experienced one by one. I've written everything down so I don't forget any details, because everything about this whole experience or this whole journey is just crazy. So on my first day, which was my trial, I was asked to work with somebody who just had their first day. They just finished their trial the previous day. This guy, he was really nice, but he didn't speak English, so it was really hard to communicate. But we still managed to make it work because at the end it was just showing me how to clean the things and which products to use. Let me tell you a bit about their system and payments. So they pretty much pay $15 for one room that you clean. If you decide to work together, your salary will be split into $7. Whether it's like a regular sized room, like just one bed, or more luxurious 3-bed room, still get paid the same amount. The first day I worked together with this guy and we cleaned 7 rooms, and 4 of them were like the full service, so we cleaned everything. We made the beds, we vacuumed, we mopped the floor. It took us 3.5 hours and I did not get paid for the trial. It was exhausting, but I was not too unhappy with this. And you might be wondering, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you working as a housekeeper? Why don't you just choose another job? I'm glad you asked. In order to extend your visa as a working holiday visa holder, you have to work in specific fields, in like hospitality, on farms, but only in specific areas, usually the areas that are considered more rural or remote, where they actually need workers. So that's also the reason why I couldn't stay in Sydney. Okay, let's continue with the second day. So the second day, my new coworker came and he was asked to work with me, and I just had my trial the previous day. So at first, we were asked to clean 5 rooms, and I think we finished after like 3 hours. We thought it was done, like that was it for the day, but no. We had to mop and vacuum the entire building, like the office area, the first floor and the second floor. After that, we were asked to clean the manager's room. And the manager's room is a really special and holy place. He showed us a little bit of what we had to clean. I also asked a lot of questions. So if I'm not sure about something, I just ask and just want to do my job, whatever it is, even if it's a shitty job like that, I want to do it properly. We did all of this. And the place was really spotless. You should have seen it before. It was so nasty, filthy and dirty. The floor was covered by these tiny little hairs. We really did our best, and it took us more than an hour. I asked the manager to check the room, and I asked him at least 3 times. He walked around and he was like, yeah, it looks really good, and he was happy with it. And so after the manager's room, he also asked us to reorganize the kitchen. There's this cabinet. He pretty much wanted us to take everything out, wipe the areas and reorganize everything and put it back in nicely. Overall, it took us 5.5 hours. Keep in mind, it was my coworker's first day. These are tasks that you do once and you don't have to do after, like reorganizing the kitchen. I wouldn't call it a trial, I would call it free labor. Okay, let's continue with the third day. That day, I told my coworker, or I tried to encourage him to ask to get paid for the trial. He wanted us to split my salary and give half to my coworker. He should have paid him separately. He told me he would pay me for 3 rooms and my coworker for 2 hours, which equals $30 for 5.5 hours of work. No, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's $60. It already started off poorly, but then it got worse again. The manager was like, oh, let me show you the manager's room because you guys didn't clean it properly. So we went there and he showed us the closet, you know, like the typical closet that you have in every hotel room. It was like, look at this, look how dirty this is. He never told us to clean it, and I asked him to check the rooms. He said it was fine. Inside the closet were also a bunch of things, like there was a radio. We really didn't know what to do with it. He wanted us to get rid of all the things that were inside the closet and even toss out the radio even before our shift. And he also told us that the next managers that were supposed to stay there, they found that place so dirty that they didn't want to stay overnight. Which is crazy to me because they work there. They should know this hostel in and out. They should know what the rooms look like. It's a shithole at the end of the day, so what do they expect? Let's continue with the 4th, last and worst day, because I only worked for 4 days before I decided to quit. We were pretty quick that day because we had a little bit of experience, and so we finished a bit quicker and we were really proud of ourselves. We had a few complications because the vacuum cleaner didn't work, all 4 of them, and I already asked some of the workers if they could help us and they couldn't manage to do it, and it just took so much time because at the end of the day we get paid per room. And it came to the 5th room, and this is when things really escalated because those guests, they should have checked out 2 hours ago, which they didn't. When we entered the room, there were stuff just everywhere. Every single corner, every drawer, cabinet, closet, there was stuff everywhere. They had their 6 or 7 suitcases inside the room, and we were asked to carry it all down to remove all their stuff, all their personal belongings, all their personal items. I still remember how packed everything was. At first it didn't seem like that, but when you looked into the drawers, into the cabinets, and even the kitchen, like the freezer, the fridge, and I felt like it was not our job to do that. I already knew this would take hours, and I also couldn't carry 7 suitcases down. I'm trying to explain this whole situation as structured as possible, but this whole situation was such a mess. It's really hard to put it like into sequences. So chaotic. The managers started screaming, full on screaming at the guests. Also keep in mind, those guests didn't really speak English. They spoke French, like my coworker did. So he had to translate everything. It was just really chaotic. And during that conversation, he told me that the manager told the guests he would charge them 1 extra night, even though they didn't stay this extra night. He told them it's for the cleaners, but we didn't see any of that money. Thinking back, it was just crazy, like the chaos. Overall, it took almost 2 hours and we got paid $7. I'm still shocked about the audacity this manager had to come up to us and ask us to clean, I think 2 or 3 more rooms. And these rooms were not just regular rooms, they were extremely dirty. They were so filthy. It took hours to clean them. Yeah, this was already so bad, but it didn't end there because I heard my manager yelling at my coworker. And this is when I decided to record everything, but I had my phone in my pocket, so you won't see anything, but you'll hear most of the recording and just see for yourself how that went.
Every way, the customer comes and they use me and they ask how look how much shit is there. Take the vacuum and make sure the vacuum is working and they can vacuum is not working. Where is the other vacuum? There's supposed to be 4 vacuums.
He keeps talking about how he gets abused and how the customers come up to him, but it is his job to manage everything. He often would come up to us and tell us that one room wasn't cleaned the other day, but he never gave us the rooms to clean. It was just his poor management.
People come and tell me to fuck off and in the end, in the night time, and I can't afford this.
The problem with it, I think this room wasn't used for a long time. It needed deep cleaning. The floor was so stained. You will hear this a lot more often. I keep saying this room wasn't cleaned in months, which is true because the floor really was so stained. He would complain about these little corners and areas that we didn't wipe properly.
How look here? How hard do you?
Because this hasn't been cleaned in months. I can tell you.
When you clean, look, I know
everywhere.
exactly what is in all housekeeping. He's not just making bed. Have a look at this bed. Have a look at this. This doesn't take much time to do that.
Yeah, but we worked.
I know.
We
But it's
cleaned the room of the guests that didn't check out. We're
see,
just
you
exhausted.
want I know that's why I don't.
It's not
That's
just
why I don't like
exhausted,
to do my rooms back.
It's also that we get paid $7 for this whole room that we
No,
spent
you're getting $15,
minutes.
but it's 2 people. That's the problem.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
person
and
can't do it
one
in 15,
person-
20 minutes. One
Okay,
person
alright. I'll
does
find
it in 2
no,
hours.
that's okay.
In this situation, I tried to explain that we're just so exhausted. Like, even cleaning this one room took 2 hours. When you don't pay your employees fairly, they're not motivated to clean another room for 2 hours. And he didn't really react to anything that was said. He was just like, look at this, look at that, it's so dirty.
See, have a look all this. This needs to be clean. Have a look this. Have a look all this rubbish. See, have a look. This haven't even wiped.
This is deep cleaning stuff. I'm telling you, this room wasn't cleaned in months. The floor was so dirty. Also, the managers were.
Take your
cleaned
extra time.
in
I
months.
put the extra time. Please clean properly, okay? Take your
After
extra
this,
time.
I'm done. After this, I'm not coming anymore.
That's okay.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you.
And it's not the lack of experience. It's not
No,
that we're
because
slow.
sometimes-
It is too much and too little payment, and you are not fair. Of course, like we can't do it to an extent, like clean it to an extent where it's like perfectly clean when all we get is $15. He also just kept saying like, yeah, you can take breaks, you can take more time, which sounds fine in any other situation than this, because he doesn't pay us per hour. So for us, we try to do everything as fast as possible to make the most out of it. Do you have kids? Would you let your daughter, your son, your wife do this for $15? I have a mom. She would never want to see me like that. Okay, my mom would never want to see me like that, suffering here.
working my ass off just to stay 1 year, okay? Look at this now. Getting younger.
Now looking back, I think it was not really appropriate to be this emotional and to say stuff like, would you let your kids do that? And the reason I mentioned my mom, I really thought about leaving this part out because it's a bit embarrassing because I was so emotional. But the reason I mentioned it was because my mom tried desperately to keep me from moving abroad, and she kept telling me like, why would you want your life to be harder? I told her it is not because I want a harder life. I'm coming to Australia to have a better life because I was so unhappy in Germany. And in that moment, I was just thinking about her and her words, and I was like, wow, I really did exactly what she said I was doing. And I felt so guilty because I know at the end of the day she never wanted me to be in this kind of situation, and I felt like I really disappointed her because I threw myself into this situation.
You don't understand this. Have you worked 6 hours here? Have you cleaned for 6 hours? I don't think so.
I'm working till 10 o'clock every day.
Yeah, but you sit. You're not here cleaning for 10 hours. That's different. I don't mean it in a
That's why.
insulting
That's
way.
why you tell me you need more work.
And the reason I said that is not to be like, oh yeah, you work less than us, but it was because most of the time he would talk to his family on the phone, he would just chill and relax while he made us work so hard. It might sound a bit privileged or like, oh, she never had to work. Trust me, I worked so much in my life to a point where I just neglected my health. And I'm okay with working 6 hours, but working 6 hours in this position with this mental stress, this is just a different type. I have worked in really physically demanding jobs for years, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. And this was just, it was beyond just work.
So I try to look after you guys, give you more work.
That's
and then now
not
I'm
looking
not
after
finished.
somebody. That's not looking after somebody. Looking after somebody is if you pay us $160 for that room that we cleaned.
No, $160 is a day. Have a booking 1 day. We lost the booking 1 day. That's why it's not for you guys.
Charge them one
You
night.
pay the electricity, you pay the other wages, you pay the gas bill, you pay the water bill, you pay the rent. You know how much room? This each room is costing $70 each night. We have to pay for the rent,
I'm talking
right?
about
And when we
this.
take the $70, no. You guys thinking yourself because we have
We're
other
not
place.
selfish. We're not selfish. It's not
Right.
about saying
These people come and abuse me at the end. Hey, this room not clean. You don't understand.
oh, we do understand. I understand.
And
You don't understand us.
we charge me for that people. They come for the rent.
No empathy, no heart.
At this point, I didn't really listen to him anymore. I didn't really pay attention to what he was saying because I was just so done with it. So yeah, this whole thing was just nerve-wracking, and I'm sorry if I put you through it, but it's really important to me to like cause awareness to this. I promise the next videos will be a bit more positive because I usually don't like this drama. Next video will be about cooking again, and I can't wait to share it because I